NS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, the government takes bold action to finally deliver long overdue land titles to Abaco families. A small effort ignites major change in South Beach as residents rally to restore their community. In sports, the Vanderbilt Commodores taking home the battle for Atlanta's championship title. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. Happy Saturday. Glad that you can join us. Good evening, I'm Desmond Saunders, and welcome to the broadcast. A major development tonight as the government moves to give land titles to Bahamians. In a bold step, the Davis administration has begun the process to regularize land ownership for residents in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, many of whom have lived on these properties for generations without proper title. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister noted that the government is now acquiring nearly 241 acres in the area, saying it's the only way to finally resolve a quieting of title case that's been stuck in limbo since 1964. Once the land is acquired, officials say an independent and transparent adjudication process will determine each person's legal claim, clearing the way for the government to issue legitimate land titles to eligible Bahamians. Now, this move mirrors similar efforts in Bosingtown, Fox Hill, and Sir Lyndon Pinling and Pinewood Estates areas. Residents in the impacted zones are now being urged to send in their information and documents to the Office of the Prime Minister or email landinquiry@bahamas.gov.bs. Well, yesterday's arrival of Porter Airlines nonstop direct service between Toronto and Nassau is being welcomed for a number of reasons. It demonstrates that the Bahamas' brand as a global tourism destination is strong. It increases connectivity for travelers wishing to get to this destination. And as Corval Python reports, it gives a country's economy a welcomed boost.
Porter Airlines Senior VP and Chief Commercial Officer Eddie Eldebs on what makes his airline one of a kind.
Porter has been flying since 2006, and with our new E2 fleet, we are changing the definition of economy air travel by offering highly competitive pricing and enjoyable passenger experience for everyone who travels with us.
Until now, the Canadian-based airline, known for free beer and wine on all its flights, has only had direct, non-stop service between select U.S. and Canadian cities. So Porter extending service into Nassau is a milestone, and as Nassau Airport Development Company President and CEO Vernice Joaquin acknowledged at Wednesday's ceremony to welcome Porter's inaugural flight from Toronto to Nassau, it's a game changer for the country's main gateway.
The new non-stop services by Porter obviously strengthens connectivity at LPIA and further positions this airport as a viable hub in the region.
And Joaquin has good reason for high hopes about this new partnership. The airport's most recent economic impact study shows that LPIA generated more than 9,400 direct and indirect jobs and contributed $260 million to the national GDP. Porter's addition means more business for LPIA. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Python.
Well, Corval Python on the story tonight. Indeed, some good news for the local economy. Police investigating a shooting that occurred earlier today on Sutton Street off Camp Road. According to reports, the male was shot and transported from the scene by emergency medical personnel. Now, a short time later, police confirmed the victim later died from injuries while en route to the hospital. Investigations continue. Police questioning a 36-year-old male in connection with an attempted sexual assault on East Street Friday night. Authorities say the woman, who lives in the same residence, was able to fight off her roommate and escaped unharmed. The suspect is now in custody as the investigation continues. Police asking anyone with information to come forward. All still to come, the South Beach community gets a major facelift today. We'll explain when the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Make sweet holiday memories with the whole family at Parliament Square for the annual National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony. The National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony, Monday, December 1st at 6:30 p.m. in Parliament Square. And tune into ZNS Television Network at 8 p.m. for broadcast. Also streaming on our YouTube and Facebook platforms.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
I will not let you turn my church into a tavern. Not my church.
It's not my intention to turn the church into
Quiet. I know more than you think. Don't you ever let a woman sing in the choir again.
They've endured numerous wars and devastating floodings. What they need is hope.
But he's your superior. And mine.
God is my superior.
Isn't the church supposed to be the bridge between God and his children? As long as people are afraid to walk on that bridge, they will never feel God's love.
Joseph, you are the church. Wherever you serve, you will be that bridge.
If you want to keep hope alive, you must never lose hope yourself.
We must organize a special Christmas Mass in the North. Something remarkable. With our choir singing in German, glorifying the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. People will remember this Christmas for years to come.
We'll lead off with this report. This one is a good one to lead off with for Sunday.
Your weekend news just got better. Exciting features, good vibes. It's all about the feeling.
Hey, I'm Raven, and your Sundays never felt so good. Tune into Northern Service Vibes, where culture meets conversation, every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
The Public Hospitals Authority wishes to ensure that you and your family are safe and prepared during the hurricane season. There are a few simple rules to follow that will help you to better manage your health during a storm. Ensure you have a 2-week supply of any medications you are taking. Ensure you have a first aid kit. Ensure you make contact with your healthcare provider to reschedule any appointments or procedures that may have been scheduled ahead of the storm. The public is reminded that ambulance services are only provided to service medical emergencies. The National Emergency Medical Services advises the public that once winds exceed 50 miles per hour, ambulance services are discontinued until the all clear is given.
Of the news is brought to you by the 7th Caribbean Baseball Cup Championship. Come out and support our athletes in action.
Well, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Nearly 100 young women came together this weekend for the Department of Gender and Family Affairs Girl Come and Get It initiative, receiving care packages and tools to strengthen their voices and impact the community. Department Director Shami Farrington says while the event provides young women with an opportunity to socialize and have fun, education plays an important role within the day.
We're giving them the information. You will see the exhibit on the women's suffrage movement right up to now Governor General, and we're explaining to them their rights, how we got the right to vote, and how they should be honored to achieve the right to vote, and what it means, and how far we've come.
Stand by. Now, Farrington says while a portion of young women are unable to receive necessary help due to personal circumstances, our department remains committed to supporting wherever possible.
Girls didn't have access to feminine products, so we've tried to the best of our abilities. If you check our care packages, you'll see feminine products. So that is what we're doing today, and we think it's a good way to end a very long and exhaustive week.
Cleanup crews hitting the ground in the South Beach community today, clearing debris and removing abandoned cars to give that area a fresh look and clean start. The initiative covered several zones across that constituency, giving every resident, even those without transportation, a chance to pitch in and help spruce up their neighborhood at absolutely no cost. Area Member of Parliament Becca's Roll says that level of community involvement did not happen by accident.
We created flyers, we went door to door, electronically as well as door to door, and we engaged the community in a special way to ensure that they're aware of what's happening and that they would come out in droves and support it. We went and we pinned locations for derelict vehicles, shared that information with the Chief Inspector Richards, so he was on point. I'm telling you, it's working like a charm, and we really appreciate this initiative.
Well, Chief Health Inspector Shanti Richards from the Department of Environmental Health says crews are still out in the field, but residents can help speed up the process both now and when the cleanup moves into other communities.
Bulk waste is described as things such as furniture, appliances, is debris to a certain extent. What make the debris bulk waste is when you actually bag them and bring it out to the front. So when we traverse the areas, as I mentioned, this is the type of things that we identify.
Well, great community initiative there. The Centerville community came alive Wednesday night as residents packed into Windsor Park for a hot, home-cooked meal feast, complete with all the favorite holiday fixings. Families also walked away with bags of frozen groceries, enough to recreate the Thanksgiving moment at home. Area Member of Parliament, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, says showing up for his community, especially during the holidays, is what matters most.
We always trying to make sure we rebuild the community fabric, starting from the young persons. We want something for the elderly persons to do. And in addition to that, we're also giving out hundreds and hundreds of bags of groceries, because we learned last year that, a plate of food may last for a while. But we want to empower families to go home and have a family meal, to sit at the table the way we used to do it traditionally, and really give thanks for life, for family, for health and strength, and everything that the Bahamas has to offer.
Longtime resident Denise McKenzie had just gotten off work when she arrived at a brightly lit, packed Windsor Park, where not only a hearty dinner awaited her, but enough free groceries to prepare a Thanksgiving meal she never expected to afford this year.
It's just fun just to bring people together, bring family together. Just having them around, being thankful.
It's really about connecting with people, and what better way to do it than to get in the mix, to get in the lines, to hear what they're saying, to get the hugs, and to get the appreciation that is being shown, and also to get some chastisement. Some people, are saying the lines aren't moving fast enough, so we want to listen, and that's really the underlying theme of public service.
Well, the stage is set and the drums are heating up for this year's Collect Practice Junkanoo Rush Out this Monday on Rossett Square and Parliament Street. First out of the gate will be the four-time defending champions, the Shell Saxon Superstars, followed by the Genesis Warhawks, One Family, Valley Boys, Roots, world famous 1958, Music Makers, and Prodigal Sons. The event will take place following the National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony, so bring the vibes, bring the noise, and cheer on your favorite group as we officially kick off the Junkanoo season. I definitely will be there to cheer on my favorite group. Sports is up next.
Riding a motorcycle requires a heightened sense of awareness, strength, and better coordination than driving a car. It also involves increased risks and more maneuvering skills. Motorcycles are not as easily seen as a car or trucks. Other motorists, particularly those who don't ride a motorcycle, may not be looking for motorcycles in traffic. This places the motorcyclists at risk, particularly at intersections. Here are a few tips supplied by the Royal Bahamas Police Force to ensure a safer ride. Always ensure that all persons are equipped with fitting helmets and other motorcycle safety gear like effective eyewear. Ensure that the motorcycle is licensed and insured, and both license plates are properly secure on both front and back. Do not pop motorcycles, especially when on a busy road or intersection. It impairs your line of sight and your ability to swerve will be delayed. Be alert when riding and be mindful of road conditions, especially when overtaking. Always inspect your motorcycle before every ride to ensure your vehicle is fully operational, especially tires and braking systems. Be sure to be well informed about bike hand signals and other safety procedures. Along with this freedom comes responsibility, but all the risks involved can be managed through training and education. Let us drive safe and share the road. I am Corporal 3599 Camille Johnson, reminding you that safety is everyone's responsibility.
On the front lines of our nation's security stand women whose courage is as deep as the ocean they protect. Women who choose discipline, duty, and service to the Bahamas. Deputy Commander Natasha Miller. She is, by appointment, the most senior female in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, guiding administrative and policy decisions, inspiring every young woman who dreams of defending her country. Captain Sonia Miller. She is Captain Coral Harbour and officer of the Disaster Risk Management Unit, leading resilience efforts, training, and critical preparedness with strength and unwavering focus. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force made history with its first female entry, opening the door for women to serve, lead, and shape the future of national security. The first female to be deployed out of country, Acting Lieutenant Natasha Woods Walton. The first female warrant officer, Chief Petty Officer Ida Mae Ferguson. The first female diver, leading woman Marine Anishka Barnaby. And the first female armorer, able woman Marine Kerry Dean. We salute the women in headquarters, administration, engineering, operations, commando squadron, military police, and more. This National Women's Week, the Department of Gender and Family Affairs salutes the female officers of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Strong, capable, unshakable, defenders of our nation, daughters of our islands.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Eugene Stewart. Well, it was an intense 3 days of Call the Troops action here at the Battle for Atlantis men's basketball tournament. We've got the highlights from the championship matchup. The championship matchup between the Vanderbilt Commodores and the St. Mary's College Gales was a one-sided affair, as Vanderbilt would give the Gales no chance to take the lead after going out in front 49-32 by the end of the first half. Vanderbilt will put this one to bed and take home this year's championship by a final score of 96-71. We caught up with Vanderbilt head coach Mark Byington and a son of the soil after the Vandy victory.
We played really good and we beat a really good team today. And I thought from start to finish we were ready to roll. And this is something with this team. This is a great win. It'll be a quad one win. But it's going to be a fun journey. And we're still in November right now, and it's going to get better and better because I really like coaching these guys. They care about each other. You can see it. It's obvious. And so that makes it a special group. So I think it's going to get better and better for everybody.
It means a lot for me. Like, growing up as a kid, I remember, like, I do summer camps here and, like, coming to Thanksgiving, seeing the tournament. Like, it means a lot to be in this position to me now because I remember being a kid seeing everybody. So it's surreal. Like, it means the world to me to be able to come back to the Bahamas and, to win it.
Still in hoops action, our Bahamas senior men's national team going head-to-head against Team Canada last night, opening their first round of pool play at this year's FIBA World Cup qualifiers. The Bahamas would put up a good fight against the Maple Leafs, but in the end, this one would go to Team Canada by a final score of 111-75. Despite the tough loss, members of Team Bahamas remain positive for their next matchup.
Overall, this wasn't the face that we wanted to show at home. But, it's a lesson. Nothing's lost. We still in pool play. It's not a championship. We have an opportunity now to regroup, to adjust, to look at the video, to try to make the changes, and go get the win in Toronto on Monday, man.
The circumstances are a little bit tough, like with travel and stuff, guys get in here, but we can't make excuses. We got to get it together and figure it out. But I think we can get organized, and I think we can really give Canada a run for their money.
Team Bahamas will now have a chance to bounce back against Team Canada in Game 2 from Toronto on Monday. And that's been your Saturday Sports Check. I'm Eugene Stewart.
Enjoy your weekend.
The internet is an essential tool for children and adults. It can be used to research school reports, communicate with teachers, and play interactive games. But online access also comes with risks, such as inappropriate content, cyberbullying, and online predators. Here are a few safety tips to help keep you and your children safe. Do not post too much personal information such as home addresses and phone numbers. Keep your privacy settings on and practice safe browsing to ensure children don't go on any inappropriate sites. Be careful about posting pictures or your whereabouts when going on vacation. Always know your child's passwords for email addresses and social media sites. Be sure to have your house computer in a common area where it can be easily monitored. Have conversations with them to make sure they aren't scheduling meetups with new people. Online safety is just as important for children as it is for adults. Not only are children more vulnerable to financial and identity scams, but they are also at risk of encountering inappropriate and potentially disturbing content. I am Police Cadet 80 Jamara Rule, reminding you that safety is everybody's business. So let us do our part and continue to create safer communities.
Our marine resources were once considered inexhaustible. Conch and reef fish like grouper were abundant everywhere, and it seemed as if the lobster catch would rise forever. But today, there is a downward trend that affects everyone. Researchers say we can reverse the trend by protecting more marine habitats. And the good news is that most Bahamians strongly support efforts to halt further decline. Tripling the size of our network of marine parks will mean more fish and conch for everyone now and for the future, as well as more recreational and ecotourism opportunities. Today, only 10% of our waters are protected. Surveys show that most Bahamians consider protection of our marine environment to be a top national priority. More protection means more benefits for everyone, now and in the future. It's a win-win-win strategy for the economy, for Bahamians, and for nature. Protect our sea, protect our way of life, protect the Bahamas. See the future. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more about marine protected areas.
We must make sure that your mission is intact. Yes, Mom! Agent 1, what is a touch? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is a good touch? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as? A high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch. And most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch? You tell a trusted adult, Mom, for help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember that good touches are okay. And bad touches are not okay. So, Agent, go spread the word. Yes, Mom.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. And Dorset joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Desmond. As always, let's start with a quick look at the tropics. It's T-minus 1 day until the official end of the Atlantic hurricane season, which ends tomorrow, and tropical cyclone development is not expected over the next 7 days. We do, though, have a stalled frontal boundary across the central Bahamas, which will produce cloudy skies and a few showers tonight and tomorrow. Now, outside the studios, conditions are mostly cloudy with a temperature of 78 degrees. Winds are east-northeast at 18 miles per hour. Humidity is at 75% and pressure is standing at 30.14 inches or 1,020.7 millibars. Across the Family Islands, here's a look at temperatures this evening. For the Northwest Bahamas, Freeport City and Green Turtle Key at 74 degrees, Alistown, Bimini at 77, Bullocks Harbor and Marshall, Abaco 72 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, Camp Space, South Andrews and Block Point, Exuma all at 78. Harbour Island at 75, Rockside and Luther 76, 78 also in Arthurstown, Kid Island, San Salvador and Rum Key, 79 degrees in Georgetown, Exuma, and for our southernmost islands, Crooked Island, Clarence Town, and Ragged Island at 81. Betsy Bay and Acklands at 80 degrees. Matthew Town, Nago 79, and for the Turks and Caicos Islands, 79 degrees. Now, here's an important note for boaters. There's an area of high pressure building, and that's creating treacherous sea conditions through Sunday. So for boaters in the northwest Bahamas tonight, winds will be easterly at 15 to 25 knots, with rough seas at 5 to 8 feet. Tide will be low at 8:33 tonight. Now, in the central and southeast Bahamas, winds will be easterly at 20 to 30 knots, with seas up to 12 feet. Then tomorrow in the northwest Bahamas, winds will decrease slightly, but still traveling easterly at 15 to 20 knots, with seas at 4 to 7 feet. Tides will be low at 9:19 tomorrow morning, followed by a high tide at 3:25 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeast Bahamas, winds will be east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots, with seas at 5 to 8 feet. So once again, an advisory is in place, especially for small craft operators to stay in port this weekend. Now, here's our satellite picture, and what we're seeing is extensive cloudiness throughout the island chain, and you probably noticed this earlier today, as things weren't as sunny as they have been for the last few days. So tonight, you can expect a temperature of 72 degrees, very windy, mostly cloudy with a couple of thunderstorms this evening, followed by a couple of showers later tonight. And tomorrow, we'll expect a temperature of 81 degrees rather, partly sunny and windy with a couple of thunderstorms. Now, over the next 7 days, the sun will begin to peek through a bit on Sunday, and then through the week, clouds will decrease, and we'll have that sunshine with sunny days and mild nights. That's your look on weather. Back to you, Desmond.
Sounds like some great temperatures to me. That ends Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night.